What's up, y'all? It's Craig Schuster with the Goodnight Junior Songwriter Series. If you don't have the Goodnight Junior album, you can download it on iTunes, CD Baby, or Amazon.com and follow along with us, because these are the stories of how these songs were written and recorded, and every word is true as far as you know. And tonight's episode will be track 1, NOLA. And if I'm going to sing a song about New Orleans, Louisiana, then we got to have a horn section. So we're going to welcome in our special guests, the Horn Stars. No, that's inappropriate. The Horn Flakes. Hornucopia is probably already taken. We'll stick with Horn Flakes. And I will play the song, and then whatever happens with the horn section, I'll explain. Heard you had a hard time, dip below the waterline. What if I'd made you mine and not just a friend? I'm not short on sadness, just 'cause we don't share an address. Show your way past mine, just on this side of revenge. I can never understand the way that you feel. Probably wanna make you pack it in and give up and say, please. You can't take no more. Free me, down, fall and go. If I was your savior, more than just your neighbor, take it to my grave, your right to lie too deep in. I can never understand the way that you feel. Try to make no hesitate, give up and say, please, I can't take no more. Free me, down and fall and go. Said to tell you now, I do not and I will not. I bet the trouble bring me down. Trouble didn't make me stop. She said with a guess that I might be dead, but I'm not. No, 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 no. La, 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 la. Oh, don't you sing so low. Oh, don't you make me cry. Oh, no, 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 no. La, la, la. Oh, don't sing so low. Oh, don't you make me cry. No, 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 no. La, 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 la. So NOLA is the abbreviation for New Orleans, Louisiana, one of its many nicknames, one of my favorite places on the planet. When I think of New Orleans, I think of two kinds of music. I think of the funk, which the first half of the song represented in the studio recording with James Sexton, Tony Walsh, Paul Taylor, and Julian Wong. They totally did it justice and let me play on it too. And then the other kind, like the street beat, second line, Dixieland jazz thing. So I had to call in a horn section, got Victor Sawyer, Art Edmiston, Bill Whitman, and some dude on trumpet. And that was a ridiculously fun day in the studio. But the song was actually written as a metaphorical account of if a man had to choose between two women and chose one ultimately, but then the other one suddenly went through some really difficult times. And it's very sympathetic and kind of like, if I was there, could I have helped? You know, that kind of thing. And so I decided that in order to complete the second half of the song, I would have to do some serious field research. So I booked a trip to New Orleans. Exactly. The things we do for art, right? So I suffered through that and I got my response from New Orleans. She basically said, like a little girl with her fingers in her ear, no, 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 la, 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 I can't hear you. Don't sing sad about me. Just remember the good times. And so that's what we did. So I played a lot more trumpet in high school 25 years ago than I do today or ever have since. Part of the reason being that I think I pawned my trumpet in college when I was a broke college kid. But after a while, I decided to bring it back, and I was working at the dueling piano show at Silky O'Sullivan's when I decided to debut my trumpet playing down there. And Joe Boogie was working that night, so I knew he was going to be late. And I knew he could handle whatever I threw at him because he's a professional. And so I made a request, gave it to somebody at the bar that they would bring up and ask for Ring of Fire, right? And one guy's going to play, i.e. Joe in this case, and then the other guy's going to come in with the trumpet intro, i.e. me in this case. So I have the trumpet hidden, and for some reason, and Joe is a phenomenal player, he did not need to be looking at his hands when he played this, but he was. He was going like this. Excellent. Not looking at me at all. So I had all the time in the world to move the microphone, get the trumpet set up, get ready, and blast the trumpet at him. And unfortunately, it wasn't the musical train wreck I was hoping for. I thought it'd be hilarious if he just fell out, maybe even fell off the stage. It'd be great. But he didn't. He kept it professional, except about halfway through the song, he looked at me and he goes, Craig, are you messing with me? I think he said messing. And I said, yep, Joe, I'm messing with you. And so this went on for a while. And then there was one night where I came down, I brought the trumpet, and I'm ready to play Ring of Fire, and the other piano player did not show up. And so I got this trumpet, and then, you know, I'm getting comfortable with the crowd, and then all of a sudden I get this wild idea, I'm gonna play both at the same time. Which is hard, because if you play a G on the piano, you gotta play an A on the trumpet. It did not go that well the first try. It was horrible, but the crowd loved it. So I went home, figured out how to play it, and that's been my thing ever since. I love doing that every once in a while in a show. And even if I didn't play the trumpet, I think I would still bring the trumpet downtown to Beale Street, because when you have a trumpet in your hand, bums don't ask you for money. Remember, you can get the full studio album, you can get the CD mailed to you, or you can go to Amazon.com, iTunes, CD Baby, and get it all downloaded so you can play along. And next week, I believe we're going to have a guest singer. So tune in next week. We'll see you then.